principals, Mr. Coyle, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Montoro, Mr. Williams, our faculty, school board members, County Commissioner Mr. O'Malley, parents, and peers for the honor and opportunity to speak in front of you tonight. I bet we all still remember our first day as freshmen, walking through those big yellow doors at the top of the hill, thinking high school would be like it is in the movies. At that point, graduation was a lifetime away, and we never expected it to come as quickly as it did. But time is a funny thing. Just like as you struggle to stay awake first period, and it seems like the clock hands are actually going backwards, time also speeds mercilessly ahead when we least expect it. For example, I left to go to the bathroom today during Mr. Duffy's Freshman World Cultures class, and when I got back, he told me that I was a senior and to go home and get ready for graduation. But I was gone for 5 minutes, I swear. So here we are, a lifetime away from that very first day. Our lockers sit empty, waiting for fresh faces to fumble at their locks. Our desks lie vacant, with only the remains of doodles left as a reminder that we sat there. And soon, our names will be erased from the school system, gone forever. This is where the chapter ends for us. After today, everything changes. While writing this speech, I ran into some trouble figuring out what I was feeling and how to communicate those feelings to you. I wanted to think of some great metaphor, a lasting analogy, or an insightful quote to really pull together the last 18 years of our lives, but I couldn't think of one. The only things that kept popping into my head were the memories that we made, especially over the past 180 days. As I was reflecting, I realized that it is these experiences that we shared together that fully capture everything I want to say. Of course, I don't have time to highlight all of them, so I've chosen 3. Remember the first time you got on a bicycle? You took a deep breath, looked down one last time to make sure the training wheels were properly fastened, and desperately clung to your parents' arms. Well, learning how to ride a bike is like the journey we took to get to this day. Eventually, we took off our training wheels, just like how we learned the basics, how to read, how to write, and the difference between right and wrong. And after some practice, just as we entered into our teenage years, our parents released their grip on the back of our t-shirts, calling as they ran behind us, "You can do it! Keep going!" They began to let us make our own decisions, believing that we could do it, and that we would keep pedaling on the right path. And suddenly, we were free. The world flew quickly by us as we sped away toward the end of the street, just like time quickly flew by us as we sped away toward reaching this day. This is the end of the street. You know, it's funny to think that a few weeks ago, a few of us rode our bikes to school during Spirit Week. We didn't even realize that that ride was the culmination of our youth. One last ride from our neighborhoods where we grew up to Scranton High School, where we all grew together. Let's take a trip back in time to a few months ago, October 4th to be exact, the Bell game. It's about 6 o'clock, the stands are already beginning to get full. And what's that coming down the road to the stadium? Yep, that was me, on a horse. And let me tell you, it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever done. But you wouldn't have been able to tell by the look on my face. I kept my cool, balanced myself, called for help when the ride got rough, and blocked the whole West Scranton student section from entering in through Providence Road. Now, that was one of the greatest nights of the year, but it wasn't until just recently that I realized how significant it was. You see, as I said before, this is the end of the street. Today, we get off our bikes, but we get to trade them in for something even better, our horses. The next part of our lives will be even more challenging than the past 18 years have been. We need to learn to stay calm when life bucks us from the back, and let me tell you, it will. But we need to find our balance and get back on, stronger and wiser. My final memory is very recent. Just last week, our senior class enjoyed an afternoon with EJ the DJ, complete with volleyball and an inflatable obstacle course. Now, I ask you to bear with me on this one, because I'm really trying to limit my cliches, but I can't help but think, life is like an inflatable obstacle course. Just like you race a kid from your English class, in life, you race against time. It always seems like everyone else is watching you as you try to maneuver your way through your latest dilemma, and although they may have just gone through the same thing, they can't help you. And what was with that wall? How come Zach Viscus could literally jump over it, but I had trouble even finding a place to plant my feet? In life, we face many of the same challenges as everyone around us. Some of us may get lucky and find a solution with ease, while others have to search desperately for answers. We cannot be discouraged, though. Even when we finally reach the top of that mountain and we slide, literally, right back down to where we started. We have to keep going. We will, without a doubt, find ourselves jumping through hoops or giant inflatable beams to reach our goals. But it'll be worth it in the end. And when we reach those final stages of life, as we come tumbling out of that circle at the end of the course, covered in that terrible net, we won't be able to do anything but smile, because we would not have wanted to end up any other way. Scranton High School has fully prepared us for what comes next. Granted, we did not take in class all the lessons we have learned here. We did not take How to Love Someone 101, or its follow-up, How to Forget Someone 102. We were not taught how to survive failure, or how to turn a group of one strangers into a family. The curriculum cannot teach us what to say when someone is crying on your shoulder, or how to fix a broken friendship. But what we forget is that although we did not have classes or tests in some life lessons that we learned here, we still learn them. We learn them from our parents, from our teachers, and most importantly, we learn them from each other. And you know what? I think that's what high school is all about. It's about learning to trust, and to dream, and to love. And in that way, Scranton High School has fully prepared us. So, as we stand before the world, young men and women with bright eyes and fire in our hearts, know that we are fully prepared for whatever it is that life throws at us. We are ready because of our families, who never stop supporting us, because of our teachers, who always push us to be the best people that we can be, and of course, because of the Campus of Champions, which acts as the very foundation for the rest of our lives. Congratulations, class of 2014, and welcome to our future. To you, dear friend.